Hello everybody and welcome to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite / Monster Hunter Portable 2nd G. We are back. This time we're going to be playing the PSP version, emulated via PPSSPP, as opposed to our last run on iOS. Recording on the iOS was kind of tough for me, and the game is actually no longer compatible with the newest iOS versions, so I can't even play it on my phone anymore. For this playthrough, we're technically running Monster Hunter Portable 2nd G with version 1.0 of Incognito Man's Freedom Unite Complete patch. So shout out to Incognito Man for putting this patch together. So far, I haven't played a lot of it, but I have seen some other people play it, and it looks really nice. It has the full localization from Freedom Unite on the Portable 2nd G kind of shell, as well as this really cool feature where they've restored some of the audio from Monster Hunter DOS. Not a lot of people have experienced Monster Hunter DOS or heard the audio from that game, and so I'm pretty excited to have some Monster Hunter DOS audio in our playthrough. And this patch also allows the loading of Freedom Unite and Freedom 2 saves without any sort of conversion. So if you wanted to try out the patch and you have a save ongoing, you can go ahead and do that. Some other kind of cool things that we'll be seeing from this patch is we'll be using Japanese controls, where the circle button is for confirm and the X is to go back. Those two buttons are kind of swapped from what you typically see in the West. I'm definitely going to mess that up a lot, and we're just going to have to deal with it until I get used to it. We've also got Uncensored Blood. The Western release of Freedom Unite had a very censored blood. There's still like a little bit of blood, but not near as much as you saw in Portable 2nd G, and so we get to see that. And there is a Japanese exclusive Poogie. I don't know what it looks like because I haven't looked it up, and I don't know a lot about the Poogies, but I'm excited for that. Because we're emulating, we've been able to kind of tweak the settings in PPSSPP and get an upscaled resolution, both for just the game itself and for textures specifically, which makes things look really nice. I may still futz with the settings, in between videos to get things looking how I want, and if we have performance issues, we might have to change some stuff. But so far, playing the couple quests that I have, things have worked really well. I've already created a character, and I've run through a few gathering quests. You might be seeing some clips from those right now. If I was able to get them and put them together, this playthrough is going to focus on key quests and interesting monster fights, which is kind of different from my last Freedom Unite playthrough on iOS, where I kind of just showed everything. You're probably not going to see too many gathering quests that aren't key quests. I just don't think they're very interesting to watch, so I'm not gonna put them up. I'm not sure if we're gonna do separate videos for guild quests. We're really gonna be focusing on the village. I'm planning on going through guild solo, but those quests are so similar to the village that it might be too repetitive to kind of show them in their own videos. But that might change. We might have a section where we just go through the guild all at once. I have chosen Greatsword for the weapon that I'm going to be playing. I might change my mind down the line and kind of switch weapons, but for now I think I'm going to go the Greatsword route. And then finally, I've had a lot of issues balancing audio, so hopefully this video sounds okay, and hopefully the first few videos come out smoothly and I don't have to make a bunch of serious adjustments. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I already messed up my inputs. We're going to go ahead and get started and take on our first quest. The first quest that you've seen. And so I don't remember if I've like eaten or anything or if that saves. So we're gonna go ahead and go into our house. We've got little Poogie there. Can I eat? No, I can't eat, which means I've already eaten. So we already have a couple cats. We've got Remy here, and we've got Crystal. Also got our Poogie in the Memorial Stripes outfit, which is very nice. And we're going to come down here to the Village Elder, and we're going to take on our first quest of this video series. So we're still in 1 star. We've done Mountain Art Picking and Antica in the Snow. Those were really great warm-ups to kind of get used to the emulator, kind of get some settings figured out, get a little bit used to Greatsword, and we're going to do Hunt the Carnivore, where we need to slay 5 Gyaprey. It's from the Poke Village Guard. Help! The children are being attacked by small white monsters called Gyaprey. 5 of the beasts are outside. Do something, please. Think of the children! Perfect. Let's go. I'm not taking any items with me. Hopefully we don't run into a whole bunch of issues. And we should get plenty of stuff here. One thing that I have done, I don't know if this is typical for PPSSPP users playing Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, but I have mapped the right analog stick to the same buttons as the directional pad. And so I can get a little bit more comfortable camera movement by doing things that way. Oh no. Oh, I thought I was gonna hit that last one. Okay. I'm gonna smack this Popo around. You can see there's a significant amount of blood, and that is a function of us running off the portable 2nd G version of the game. I'm just going to keep comboing these Popo. We should be able to kill this big one before it runs away. There we go. So combo Greatsword is still a little bit of a thing in this game. They did add charging mechanics. I don't know if they added it in Freedom 2 or if they added it in Monster Hunter DOS. But regardless, we have the ability to charge up our weapon. And so we're going to be trying to do that as much as we can. Like a lot of the older Monster Hunter games, we're going to be focusing on gathering ore and a little bit on gathering bugs, but mostly gathering ore because we need a lot of it to do pretty much anything with regard to weapon and armor creation. You may have noticed that the HUD looks a little bit different, like a little bit weird. I think it looks fine. Some of the edges look a little bit soft, and I believe that is a function of the way that we're upscaling the resolutions. Yep, give the ice crystal, get some poo. And so I may end up changing some of those settings later if I feel like it doesn't look that great. But for the most part, I like how I like how crisp things kind of look. We definitely need ice crystals. So I'm going to gather down here. And in general, things like these ice crystals, they look just fine. You will occasionally see some really weird textures where they didn't necessarily scale that well, but like the detail on the hunter looks really nice. The detail on this little old dude It looks really clean, and so I'm really happy with the way that things have upscaled on this game. I just realized we lost 2 pickaxes at that last spot. Hopefully we don't lose these 2 as well. I only came into this quest with like $100, 100 zenny, because I spent it all on pickaxes and making a new sword that I'm not using already. Mountain herbs will give us a little bit of zenny when we get out of here. We are definitely going to want to carve the Gia Prey. We need some small monster bones to upgrade our sword. Right now, the difference between our bone sword and our iron sword, like the minimum level, is that the bone sword has a little bit more attack, but a little bit less sharpness. Less yellow sharpness. And so we're continuing to use the bone sword for the extra attack. So getting it a nice upgrade will help us keep using the bone sword over the iron one while we can. Probably just going to combo this guy. I'm not going to worry about doing much in the way of charging on these Gia Prey, because they bounce around so much. Alright, Gia Prey hide. We're going to bounce on a Gia Prey. Because we have like no sharpness. Hey, thank you. We got it. And then we're gonna run down there. And do some mining. I guess I do have a couple rations that I can eat after we do this mining. Make sure that our stamina is full. I'm kind of weird where I really like to see my stamina full. I get a little bit nervous when it's not. Even though it's really not a big deal in these early missions. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll grab our mini whetstone, which we get 5 mini whetstones. I don't remember getting 5 in the regular version of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Seems like we're more likely to typically get like 3. This is a mining spot as well. Though I don't know that this one gives as much good stuff. Because, well, I guess a goldstone piece is pretty nice. But it's a piece of ice. I feel like it's more likely to give ice crystals. Perfect. We are going to go ahead and kill these Anteca. We got a little bit of a charge there, but I didn't want to miss it hopping away. I'm already getting very good at missing my greatsword charges, but Anteca Pelt and Anteca Antlers are always super useful. We're kind of back in a little bit of a grind mode compared to like Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise, where you don't really need to grind as much for either small monster parts or bones or anything like that. We want to exchange, and we'll just go ahead and exchange this last ration. Then we'll go get this other Anteca. And now, I'm trying to remember if I mentioned it. And I think I did. but I mapped my analog stick as additional inputs for the directional buttons. Yes, I did, because I talked about moving my camera around. But that also affects like menus. And so if I'm trying to like move my camera and then I go into a menu, things can get really weird because I'm going to start scrolling through a bunch of stuff because I was using the analog stick. Definitely feels a lot more comfortable than the touch controls of iOS. Go ahead and through here. For those of you who are new to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, I don't expect there's going to be many of you that find this video, but coming through here in Area 8 and climbing up this direction is where you can find Kezu Whelp. If you get a quest that needs you to find Kezu Whelp, you can just mine here, get a Kezu Whelp. We're going to discard it. You have to deliver them, I guess? I don't know. Let's hold on to it. We can hold on to a Kezu Whelp. We'll go ahead and drop the portable spit. But you can get other things here too besides Kezu Whelp. The Kezu Whelp will do damage to you over time, and so we'll need to be mindful and eat our potions. And then you can actually climb this wall. And I think you can raise a flag up there or something like that. And so if you ever have missions like that, then you're going to want to be mindful. Let's grab our first aid meds. We are not going to go after the Popo because we have this Kezu Whelp on us. So normally I believe you need to deliver the Kezu Whelp in order to get the account items for it, or the account points for it. But we are going to test it out and see if we have to do that. And I guess worst case scenario, we could always just cart and then we'll be right back at the tent to be able to do a delivery. Well, Fangos in the early game take a lot of hits. They're tanky. You don't really want to try and do a charge on them in case you miss. Fango Pelt. We'll go ahead and exchange it. And we will get rid of our hot drinks. Hot drinks? No, we'll get rid of our map. We'll go ahead and take our first aid med. The first one, the second one. And we should be good. We're going to come down here into this cave. And we'll find some more Gia Prey. We'll also find another mining point. Probably going to get hit by a Vespoid here pretty soon. Vespoid is gone. Here is a Gia Prey. Oh no. We lost our sharpness. So one of the things about the Kezu Whelp is it damages you, but it only damages you with red health. So you have the potential to heal that health again. But it's one of those things where if you get damaged, your red health will be gone. Just like that. Even just a little bit of damage, you'll lose the red health. Now that the quest is over, we can't take any more damage. We were too slow, we weren't able to carve that off. Let's come over here and gather some mushrooms, if we can. We should have a little bit of time. We'll go ahead and exchange for some of these. Vespoid, like the mini wets, and the first aid meds that we can't keep with us. Those are supply items, and they will exit your inventory upon the end of the quest. So you should be free to drop those. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other stuff that we can like gather in here. I feel like the center part is where you can gather some bone stuff, maybe bone husks. It looks bony, like a bony floor. Maybe kind of similar to the cave in Monster Hunter 1. You can see here the screenshot that is taken for the kind of kill screen is left in the unscaled resolution. That's done in the game. And so our upscaled resolution doesn't have an effect on that particular item. Oh goodness gracious, we needed that money. And we especially needed that money. That was good. The goldstone piece, the Kezu Whelp. Okay, so Kezu Whelp did count because we had it in our inventory. That is good to know. So if you're getting close to the end of a quest and you grab a Kezu Whelp and you want to just deal with the constant damage, you can get an extra 400 zenny or an extra 400 points. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I actually didn't check to see if we got any small monster bones. I need small monster bones. We did not get small monster bones. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Alrighty, we are not going to quite call it a day today. We are going to go to Poke Farm, and we're going to do this. So for those of you who have never done anything in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite before, you get access to this farm, which is a wonderful place in between quests to come and get some materials. So you can come here to this rock and you can mine some iron ore, some macrolite. You get 3 to 4 hits after every single quest. And so it's a wonderful place to start getting some of that ore. This little bush will give you some bugs. You get like 3 to 4 swings to get some buggies. And that's really wonderful. You have here this plot of land where you can plant some seeds and have your little cats go through and cultivate them for you. I'm growing power seeds because I can sell them later. I remember doing that in my other playthrough because when you try and make weapons and stuff, you run out of money. And we are going to go ahead and have them grow power seeds and armor seeds, and we're not going to do any fertilizer right now. You can go in this cave, but there's really nothing for you to do just yet. This is a storehouse made completely of natural ice. Meow. It is the perfect place to store your perishables. Actually, at the back of the storehouse there's something giant, but only the village chief and Treshy know what it is. Meow. The two of them must be looking for a way to get at whatever is back there. Yeah. I'm not sure what is really truth and what is rumor. All I know is that there is nothing you can do to get back there now. Meow. And so eventually we'll get to go into the back of the cave and see what's back there. At this little pier, there'll be a little friend that we can send off on adventures, and at this dock, we can go fishing. We can catch 3 fish, up to 3 fish, between quests. You can lose your bait sometimes, so you don't always catch 3. So generally, the Freedom Unite loop is you prep for a quest, eat some food at your kitchen, which is what we'll go do next. Then you go out on your quest, you come back, and you go to the farm and take care of it, because it's free money, free items. You can sometimes gather here to try and get some dung from the popo, but it appears that either I'm not in the right spot or the popo has not pooped today. I'll go ahead and put in some of our items here. I don't think we're going to need any for our next quest. We're going to select destination and head home. I think you can head straight to the kitchen, which is what I should have done. We'll order some food from Remy. I don't know anything about feline kitchen stuff, and so when I learn exactly how it works, I will let you know. All I know is that Remy is good with vegetables, and I believe vegetables and meat is like a good option. So we're just gonna keep doing vegetables and meat for as long as we can, and we're not gonna do much exploration or anything like that, because I don't want to get any bad skills. I also noticed that Crystal was not actually out with us. Crystal is on the reserve, so we're going to make sure that Crystal comes back with us. Thought I did that last time, but apparently I did not. So we're going to come talk to this lady. We're gonna buy some more pickaxes. I always need pickaxes. Spend pretty much all my money on pickaxes. Then we'll talk to our elder. And we will take down... we're gonna do Slay the Blangos. We're gonna save our Sinking Feeling quest for the last one of 1 star. So Slay the Blangos. We need to slay 3 Blangos. It's from the Wild Grass Gatherer. Ooh, that was incredibly scary. On my walk up the mountain road, some Blangos began to chase me. I think they're still up there, so please, slay them quickly. I can do that. I can slay some Blangos. Oh, this one's at night. Grab our items. At some point, we're going to need to use a spit to make some food. Not yet. And the hot picks are here in case you're not wearing this armor. We still have the initial armor that you start off with. Equipment detail. The Mafumofu, which has Cold Elimination High, Divine Protection, and Heat Increase Low. I don't know what Heat Increase Low is. So earlier we kind of talked about increased resolution and stuff like that. We're going to ignore these Anteca this time. We're just going to kind of head up the mountain and do some mining. Talking about the increased resolution, I think the game looks really nice. I'm really enjoying the fidelity of how it looks. The original settings are probably really good for a PSP game, and in general things looked really good on iOS. but playing on a bigger screen, you can really notice the pixelation of the low resolution. And so being able to kind of blow it up and make it look a little bit more high fidelity is really awesome. It's really powerful, in my opinion. Makes it maybe a little bit more playable of a game in the modern age. Man, this dude has given us some good stuff. Ice crystals. Ice crystals. Ice crystals, crystals. We got ice crystals. And Crystal is here with us, which is very nice. I totally forgot, in the older games it's actually faster to crouch and then do your gathering sections, because the animation to go from gathering to crouch back to gathering is shorter than the animation to go from standing to gathering to standing again. It goes similarly for carving, but it doesn't work for things like mining, where you're kind of already standing up. Righty. I'm just going to go around this way and go up, because I know that I want to hit that mining spot in 5. And then 6 is likely to have the Blangos that we need to slay, and if they're not in 6, then they are in 8. But 5, it's going to have Anteca. Or oftentimes Giapre will hang out in 5. I wonder if the Blangos are going to give us the small monster bones that we need. We can't get them from the Popos. They give root bones instead of small monster bones like Aptonoth do. Nope, just more Anteca. And so the Blangos must be up at 8. Apparently that Anteca is mad at us, but I don't remember doing anything to it. I wonder if Crystal made it mad. Alright, these Blangos, if I remember correctly, they can run pretty fast, and they do this weird, annoying hopback. So we're probably just going to have to combo them. And I don't know if they despawn as fast as the prey do. The prey despawn really fast. Ooh, yeah, get him with the bomb. Get him with the bomb. I want to commit to it. Sorry. Sorry, Crystal. Alright, we're gonna get this Blango. I wonder if we're gonna blow up. No, we're not gonna blow up. Good job, Crystal. Oh no, it smacked you back. I want to get a charge off if I can. Yeah, that was pretty good. I believe some part of the charge for a charged greatsword gives you some sort of like super armor where you don't flinch as easily to some attacks. That's something that we're going to need to figure out before we take on too many big monsters. Maybe we'll figure it out as we take on some big monsters, put ourselves in risky situations, and see if we can charge up a greatsword swipe. Now if we can get a Khezu Whelp here, which I don't know if we can. Yes, we can. We should get an additional 400 Zenny at the end of this. We got a Macalite, which is awesome. Another Macalite, which is awesome. We broke 2 pickaxes, but we got 2 Macalites. That is worth it. Oops, I didn't want to do that. See if I can get just... Nope. No more gathers. Send to item box. Nope, brute bones. No small monster bones. Those must come from something else. And crystal picked up. Ice crystal, honey, ice crystal, whetstone. Perfect. Thank you. We got 300 Zenny for completing the quest. We got an additional 500 Zenny from our account items. Go ahead and save. Then we're going to call that a day. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you joining me on a follow-up to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Hopefully we can get a little bit farther in this one. I feel like I'm a little bit more of an experienced hunter, and I'm playing on a little bit more of a familiar system than when I was playing the iOS version. And so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this playthrough. If you have any questions about Freedom Unite, feel free to leave a comment. I'll see if I can answer them. Even if I can't, even if I don't know the answer, I might be able to help find the answer if you're really that interested. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. We'll see you in the next one.